Go buddies. Um, Today is November 10th, 2015. It's a Tuesday. And this is Sauter's Go Fundamentals. I often go by Sauter when I'm on the internet. And so I'm gonna continue doing that. For those of you who don't know, I'm a 5Q-ish who's been playing on and off since December 2013. So I'm really the one trying to learn my Go fundamentals. Um, I'm new to the online Go streaming community, and I thank you all for a very warm welcome. It has been warm and welcoming. Um, I like to stream at this time, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 noon. And in my little Go series, I'm borrowing pretty directly from Bats's Back to Basics series, which is great and cool and worth checking out. So I try to emphasize things like some key principles, really, and I try to de-emphasize things like Joseki and like heavy reading that's necessary in like big fights, because those things aren't always easy. Whereas like if you just have some fundamental principles and you can apply them well, okay, maybe not easy, but it's much simpler than having to do really tough reading and things like that. So while I'm not the authority, I'm just learning alongside with my principles. So today we're gonna be doing something a little different. We're gonna be looking at some double-digit Q games. So this is our good old newbie day, where rather than playing, just gonna be looking at newbie games. The goal is to point out some obvious mistakes, reasons for those mistakes, reasons that anyone can understand at any level. So this is going to be targeting low-level players. Let's skip out on me and get into this lovely game. Do I know how to do that? Yes, I figured it out. Alright, so first game is from a 12Q and a 15Q. These are OGS rankings, so take them for what you will. I know that things can be confusing, namely when all the servers don't have a rating system that aligns with all the other servers. So let's look at this. We have the first 1, 2, 3, I hope four moves. Okay, so also disclaimer, I haven't actually looked at these games yet. I just got them, and I see that their ranks are double-digit Q. So I'm looking at them with fresh eyes alongside you. So first four moves I have no problems with. This is totally fine. This is great. They're doing normal things. That's good. I hope that they continue doing normal things. This is also fine. I have no problem with this whatsoever. Playing over here on the side is great. I mean, like, a lot of the times people say, first do an enclosure in a corner or an approach before you do anything else. Playing on the side, that's totally fine. For me, at this point in the game, that's a stylistic choice. That's totally fine. Okay, so white does approach from the outside. I have no problems with this. This is fine. For now, they're playing amazing Go. They have no problems. Because this was a really big point on the board. This was a really big point on the board. This I have a problem with. Okay, so, when you kick a stone, okay, so, what did we see in the last move? We saw, like, black has a 4/4 stone, black has, low support from the other side, that's, you know, 5 spaces away, very far away, not very far away, but, you know, far enough that it's not really gonna help. When you're kicking the stone, you're not keeping him out of the corner exactly. It's not like the 3/3 is unavailable. What the kick is doing is here. Let's just pretend that these are here. What the kick is doing is attacking. It's saying I'm gonna attack your stones. Your stones are coming under attack. They have already been pincered. Yeah, like if you want to attack it, if the idea is to attack it, do some kind of pincer, right? I don't know, some kind of pincer. But the idea here is to attack it. There should be stones over here. When there aren't, and you end up doing, say, this guy, you didn't attack him. He's ideally set up. Your corner's not safe yet. So the idea here is to attack. If his idea is to keep him out of the corner, there are other moves. There's this, even though this is maybe a little low. There's this. This is, like, surprise, surprise to double-digit Qs. I think this was a surprise to me. This is helping defend the corner. Because, whoa, that just got really tight all of a sudden. Or, I mean, like, this is helping the corner. This is even kind of helping the corner. Granted, it's not going to get undercut on this side. But this is not exactly a corner taking move. If that's Black's idea. I don't know what his idea is. Again, if it's attack, he needed to already have some stuff over here. Oh, that is really weird. Okay. So, I can't really call this tenukiing, because he's not playing... He's playing in this region of the board, but he changed directions. Like I played out before, if we did this, you know, or this, whatever, this would be fine for white. This would be okay for black. He still has an invasion, whatever. This is like basically equal. It's a bad time to jump away when you just got your lonely stone attached to. Like let's look at this situation. So okay, this is actually a principle that I wanted to like write down and keep track of. Let me try to do this. I'm gonna have a little notepad file of principles because notepad files are pretty fun to have hanging around. Let's see if we can add this to over here. I think I can do this. Let's just move it down. Okay. So in our notepad file, I want to keep a track of some double-digit Q problems that seem to crop up a lot. So in this problem, we have when oh no, I lost my train of thought. Oh no, wait, what was it? Okay, back to the game. What's going on? He attached and he played away. Right, so when to play away, geez, I really didn't include a lot of that. Not when another move is severe. Okay, this should just say don't play away when another move is severe. By the same token, your move is sente if playing another move is severe. Which is basically to say, look, imagine that you get two moves in an area, right? The only good example right now would be for black. So imagine that black gets two moves right now. He gets this, he also gets this. This just became really severe. Okay, there aren't great examples of this early on, but you see what I mean. That's why this move is sente. Moves are sente if playing another move is super severe. So if white plays this, now this is, you can kind of say that this is white sente, right? Because if black plays away, you know, so if white's in this situation and he visualizes this move plus this move, whoa, that would be like really good and really severe. just like good things going on. Don't play away from this. This is most definitely a sente. This is severe. This move is really confusing for me. What I wanted to do was I wanted to look at what double-digit Q ideas there were and how those either embody or don't embody the fundamentals. One thing that I would look at immediately is this is not connected. Black plays here. Okay, that's the game. Black plays here immediately. Of course, good. Okay, I like Black's idea of I'm going to keep two weak white stones separated. That's good. He is embodying the fundamentals. White, not so much, because when White plays over here, he's changing direction in an aimless way, right? Because it's not like he can get under and get to the corner from here. Maybe from here. So if his idea is to approach the corner from the other side, one, I would have preferred this move. Two, don't do that because you are going to get separated. And then you're going to have one or two weak groups, which don't do that. Just make a strong group, and live with a strong group and don't have to deal with it. This was Black's mistake. You should roll with it. White didn't want to roll with it, right? So Black gets to play on top. Black is cutting. That's great. Black gets to play this severe move because White played away. I mean, in a different direction, not away as in like Ten of King way down here, but you see where it's going. Okay, so White did in fact like this stone. That's why we see him continuing to play over here. This I really don't like because he has two weak groups, but that was a mistake that he already made. This is him doing his best. So insofar as he's trying to recuperate from a mistake before, this is good. This is not him continuing to make mistakes. I'm going to call this fine. He can want to save this. This is the problem, though. This Black move is great. He's pushing White, keeping him low, creating a wall with which he can attack this stone. Whoa! Okay. That was crazy and unpredicted. I didn't see that. Okay. Right now, if I'm White, things that I'm considering are actually just keep going with this because I want this to live, right? Again, if we visualize Black getting two moves over here, this just became really severe. I mean, there's this, but this also doesn't look great, right? I don't think that would live. So if we visualize Black getting another move here, that's severe. Always, when you're asking yourself, did my opponent just play a sente move? A move that I have to, 100% have to respond to, or like 75% have to respond to. Just try to visualize their next move there. If their next move makes things get cut, if their next move makes things crawl along the second line, which is the line of defeat, you should just acknowledge that move is sente. Let's see. Yeah, this move. So this is the submarine move, which I don't. Okay, so things to recognize. This is the first move on the second line in this game. I don't know if this is like too. I mean, I guess like maybe it can work, right? Because Black does. So what's the White idea, right? That's what I need to be digging apart. What's White's idea here? He is trying to make a base over here. I don't like that he's doing it right now because these stones are very much gonna be under the threat of dying. Unless he gets sente, which is not guaranteed by any means. He's just trying to make a base. This move is not exactly sente, because if we imagine White's next move, say something like this, Black's still going to be fine. He can give up the corner, but it's not a big deal. You can call that sente if you're black and you don't want white to have a base, which is also something that's severe. The difference between a group that has a base and a group that doesn't have a base, right? Right now, black's would-be base is going to be coming from the corner, because if you just look at these black stones, if you assume that these are alive somehow, what's black's connection to the side of the board, right? That's your base, is your connection to the side of the board, or a corner. That's all. The side. Right. His connection is over here, because there are white stones disconnecting him from over here. Even though we can imagine that they're dead in a double-digit Q game. I don't know that you can ever do that. Actually, so black says, "This is my base. This is not your base." Yeah, white doing this despite having hurt stones here. This stone at least had more room to run. It's flexible. Okay, so this is white continuing to create a base for himself. The idea is fine. I don't like the move, but it's consistent with his ideas, right? For double-digit Qs, I'm just going to be picking apart ideas, because I'm not just going to come at how bad they are at reading. Black's jumping up. This is generally fine. I mean, I really would like to see this, right? And black just being like, I'm mighty, these stones are gonna die. You're not gonna have a group up here. I am. I'm just gonna exert my influence not only, over here, but also over here, right? Because any time you see a wall facing some part of the board, think of it as exerting influence. Influence meaning capability to attack, capability to put on pressure, not necessarily points. Influence is not points. That's an important thing. Namely, this is black's sphere of influence. This is not black's points. So black didn't play something like this. Black played this. This jump, I actually think is fine, because I like his idea, right? His idea, to me, when I see this move, is I need to keep these two stones, which are very far away from each other, I'm keeping them connected, kind of. Because if I don't do this, and white gets another move, right? If white gets 2 moves this turn, the other one would be here. That's severe to me, right? Visualizing them getting 2 moves. That's something that helps me out. Just visualizing them getting 2 moves. Because this is not what black wants to come under fire. I recognize that this doesn't have exactly a base, so it is like provided this lives, but white coming between these and this, just because white gets this move before black gets this, not what you want to have happen. Whereas right, if that were to happen now, well, things are much going in black's favor. So black didn't want that second move. Now, hey, let's keep applying this principle. Is this sente for white? Where can you imagine black's next move that does something really severe, like threaten the life of this white group? Personally, I can't imagine it. This maybe not threatening life, playing something in here a little early because it can still run out, right? Threatening to surround, it's still kind of a big hole here. I would say that this move is not sente. This move is a gote move, and we can evaluate that just by seeing that there's no second black move that does something really, really bad. Which was kind of me getting at white should maybe do something over here. But white didn't. White kept playing like this, this is not a bad idea either. I understand that I keep coming back to this and saying, this is urgent, this is urgent, this is urgent. But not getting sealed in, right? Imagining that this move does seal in. If this move were to seal in, then white's move is great, saying, no, you're not going to seal me in. Being sealed in is a big deal, because then you have absolutely no influence over the rest of the board, and black gets a theoretically big wall right here, facing the middle of an undeveloped board where anything can happen because of how early it is. This move is interesting. I mean, no. I shouldn't criticize this move. I have no problem with this move. He's connecting this stone to these stones, rather, to this stone. This is good. This is fine. Connecting stones to other stones. I have no problem with that. This is still urgent, but this is generally a good idea. Keeping your stones connected, because this is not exactly connected. When you're doing this and you have these 2 space jumps, this, I'm going to call that connected, especially granted that there are no white stones in the vicinity. This is a connection. I like his idea. This is fine. I'm not going to complain about it. This white thing, I don't think I like so much, because of the attack that I can come under, right? If black's already got a stone on the other side, kind of enclosing his corner. I know this isn't exactly an enclosure, right? Like, if this happens, white has absolutely no problem living, right? This stone was so far away. So maybe, no, this is fine. I shouldn't criticize this. The reason this is fine is that the corner isn't exactly enclosed, even though this stone is rather close. Okay, then, whoa, here we have black doing the same thing. Again, black, don't do this. You didn't already pincer it. This is the move to do when you're already on the other side. And you can force him to come under a severe attack. This kick is a severe attack move, not a get out of my corner move. The corner is still very vulnerable. And this is not the move, because if black gets this move, which he should, it's very severe for this stone, right? Because the difference between white getting this move and black getting this move, that is just, oh, that is night and day, right? If white gets this move, let's say even now, I don't know how black wants to pincer this, something like this. White's fine. You can kind of see it just being ahead of anything. If it really had to jump around and live, it's got plenty of room to do so. You know, it can do nice, cool things. But once black gets this move, all of a sudden it's being restricted to the 3rd line, to making a small territory here, while black is doing what? Creating a wall facing his stones. Whoa! Are these guys making a wall, helping each other to create a nice big box? Yes, they are. Unfortunately, that's not the move we see. Okay, this is not an idea that I like at all. So what's black trying to do here? Honestly, I don't know. I actually don't know. If you're double-digit Q and you played moves like this and you have an idea what his purpose is, I would love for you to type it in. I imagine, this is my imagination, that this is his invasion, right? He's seeing, oh my god, 3 white stones on this empty side of the board. I have to play in there, or this is all going to become white territory, which it's not. This is a very loose framework. First of all, this stone is super weak thanks to the attachment and nothing else coming out of white, right? There's this. That's kind of a big deal. Hello, Lacroix. Second of all, anything that comes in here, this right, like where's the 3rd line support? He can survive many a thing. Okay, not this, but not that he can't survive it, but like that's really rather early. There's no reason to do this. This is not going to become territory. There are, I think, bigger points on the board, right? This is still very urgent. Even this split is alright, but you know, doing something like approaching in a bigger area where he won't be harassed, whereas, you know, if he does do something like this, now this is a good opportunity to do some kicking action, and now black is very cramped with this other white stone here. Also, something that is important is not having aimless invasions, right? So, no aimless invasions. Okay, what's an aimless invasion? Throwing a stone right in the middle of two other stones that are pretty wide. The reason why I am not calling this an aimless invasion is because this isn't even an invasion. What are you invading? White's in one corner and another corner. However, if this were white, and then you did something like this or this, now it becomes an aimless invasion. Where were we? Right. So this is an aimless invasion. Something that would not be aimless would be to target one of these stones, and, you know, then look at what you can get from there, from wherever white plays. If white, you know, does something like this, I know that this wouldn't be great because, right, like moves like this, and now we're helping white out. But, you know, the idea of living low is there. The idea is there. Whereas here, I don't know what the idea is other than to break this up. The problem with breaking it up this early on is that, one, he's on the 4th line, right? So it doesn't look, to me, like he's going to be making any territory here. It does look like possibly he helps white make territory on the right side. He helps solidify the currently weak white on this side, right? Because if you look at just these two stones, they're not exactly strong. This is not a connection exactly by any means. He would only be helping white out and not creating any territory for himself. He would be solidifying something that's only a sphere of influence as of yet. Which is exactly kind of what we see white doing. Wow, okay, so this, I like this idea. I really do. The move is maybe weird, but the idea is all there. He recognizes, no matter what happens, this is going to be cut from this. I'm going to prevent those cuts by, no, not I'm going to prevent those cuts. I'm going to give this a base. This stone is already flexible, it's fine. Heck, I even potentially still have the corner. But these guys are very floating, right? This one's been attached to, this one's on the 4th line. This is him kind of making things more solid for himself, right? I like the idea. That's fine. Give myself a base before I fight you. Black makes a completely sensible next move, which is to maintain the disconnection. This stone is essentially cutting these two. I'm going to keep those cut. That's fine. This move I don't like. I don't like this idea. It looks like I actually have no idea. Because this is what's going to happen. Whoa! Okay. Didn't see that coming. I thought more something like this or this, right? If this, the simplest case, this move didn't really achieve much other than making sure that white can never attach underneath, or connect underneath, rather. But also you see what it's done is right now, black is at least on the 3rd line, and the corner is still not covered. At this point, yeah, at this point, I mean, this is a crazy idea, but probably don't attach to lonely stones. But the idea is there. I've now undercut your corner. I'm going to try to get in, is I think what he's saying. Unless he's just trying to say, I want to make shape and get out, which would be fine. Let's find out. Whoa, okay, so white just leaving the connection, or leaving the attachment. Anytime that you get attached to as a lonely stone, and you want it to live, right? It's got space with which to live. Always at least look at Hanes and extensions, right? Look at this Hane. Stay out of my corner. Because when you get attached to, right, the obvious thing is, I have 3 liberties, you have 3 liberties. Now, I have 3 liberties, you know, plus this guy's liberties. You've got 2 liberties. But, you know, assuming that you get cut or something. It's just, you're the first person taking away liberties. And if you do not want to get cross-cut, something like this, totally fine, totally fine, totally fine. When white jumps away, it looks like black can do this. And that's what black does! Whoa! Black just gets to come into the corner, this stone looking really weak. So black got to settle really easily, right? Because if you look at a situation more like this, I don't know, let's say something like this happened. Black doesn't really get settled that easily. I mean, this is, no, this is alive. This is practically alive, but the thing is, white's still got a wall on this side facing his dudes, a wall on this side facing nothing but the side. I would be much happier as white in this situation than in the situation where I run away for no reason. Often the most severe move that's still like plausible and viable is the best move. This is very not severe in response to black's aggression and severity of attaching to our stone. And then black gets very easily settled along the corner side. I don't like that. White runs away, which is curious. Things that I would ask myself right now is white. Is this stone doing anything? Is black going to be alive whether or not I have this stone? Is this stone helping me to accomplish anything? I would answer those questions as no. This stone isn't really helping me to do anything. It's behind black lines. If I pull out, this space isn't really helping me to create shape or anything. You know, if I did something as simple as this, create a little base for this guy, this is fine. I don't have a problem with this because this is, you know, a point, and black was already fine in this corner already. Unless I read out that, you know, I can do something like this and then harass the corner, which black immediately disallows. So thinking about what's sente again, if you read, this is, whoops, that's not the move. This is sente because of some shenanigans over here. Right, so if I get this move and this move, if I can read 2 moves ahead doing something really severe, like taking away his base, for example, that's a sente move. So maybe this is sente. I didn't actually read that out. Because I'm not trying to get bogged down by specifics. This move is fine. This is big. This is good. This is helping out these stones while perhaps getting this stone into the game of influence. This is good. I like this idea. There's another aimless invasion. No aimless invasions. He's not even like doing something crazy like this or this. I wouldn't mind. But just doing something like this. This is fine. Oh, this is still open. This is an aimless invasion fee. Okay, and white does this again, right? Same thing that we saw here, same exchange. Which is fine, because again, if we look at this stone is high. You know, white, whoops, white gets this, or black gets, oh yeah, I'm already editing. Black gets this. It's kind of who wants to sweep whose base. I know that this, whoops, where did it go? Oh, I guess I just have to re-edit it. This isn't sweeping anyone's base. Yeah, I don't think black can do that. But this is getting some points. I would have liked to seen a follow-up over here, because this is, you know, we could see something like this, and then black starting to have a clean way to get out. I know he's still not cleanly making points or getting a base, so actually I shouldn't. Maybe this is fine, but generally don't do something like attach to a stone. I know that white didn't attach, but like doing this diagonal thing is like, you should think of it as almost attaching, because look, what does black do? Black attaches. more often than not, this is what's going to happen in response to this type of exchange is an attachment. And at this point, it can often be bad to just leave your stone. I shouldn't nitpick that too much right now. It looks generally fine. This, I like this idea for white. This idea is fine. He sees that black has a presence here, so he's gonna put a presence on, you know, the mirror side of the corner. It's a generally good idea, regardless of whether I would play the move or not. Black invades the corner, which is really dangerous, right? Because what if white cuts him off? What if this happens? These stones all of a sudden look way weaker. And that appears to be what happens. Whoa, so black plays this, white, oh, okay. Yeah, this is fine, this is fine. So this black idea, I think he's saying, I surrendered the corner, I give you the corner, so that I can kind of make some shape down here. I imagine he's eyeballing this move next. No, okay. That was really strange. I think he should have just given up the corner to do this at this point. But, you know, again, we have a lot like what happened over here. White separating himself, black separating himself. Don't do that. Don't just have an unsettled group and play something that's going to get cut. Right? Because the cut is very easy to see. The cut's going to be there. The cut's there. What do you do as black? Which side do you help out? This says to me, I want to help out this side. Then this inconsistently says to me, I want to help out this side. I don't think this is going to be possible. White pulls back. This is smart. This is good. And then black wants to help the corner. This is looking really bad to me. He's helping both sides, which I don't know that that's going to be possible. So white's attacking the corner, black's getting out with the corner. Right now we see if white wanted to continue following him, he'd be getting a wall, he'd be getting territory. This wall could be super useful for attacking this, but not really going to think about that. Right, where were we? Whoa, that's not what I meant. Okay. Then we see white attacking this again. This is not the strongest move for attacking. There are much better things, but the idea is there. Attack the side that black didn't want to help, which is fine. Again, I would have preferred leaning on this guy who's not yet alive, and then coming back and harassing this now that we've got this nice wall. His idea is there. I want to attack this. Something that could be very interesting is to attack it from this side, creating a wall facing our other stones, creating a box. Attacking from between two groups can often be good when they're both weak, but this group, I think, isn't particularly weak. Determining the strength and weakness of groups is something that I have to get into later. So let's see, black, making some eye shape for himself, white giving that up to be severe over here. That's alright. Black getting ahead, this is a good idea. I like this idea, can't understate that enough. Very important, especially if these are going to die. Or even if they're not. White, keeping these groups separated, black staying out. These are good ideas. White's keeping them separated. Black has to respond. White trying to save these stones. I don't know that this is a good time for that. Maybe, I think you should have done this way earlier. Whoa, okay, so black doing the aimless invasion thing. When, granted, this is not alive yet. What happens when white... I know he's out. actually. So maybe white does need to seal this in first. This move doesn't seal it in. Don't look at this move and think that it seals it in. But if white seals this in first, then he has this move. So I guess black's fine for now. Granted, he's not sealed in. So black trying to separate these two right now is white. I'm thinking I have to stay connected, either on top or below. I have to stay connected. Okay, so white's trying to stay connected. Oh, right, maybe it's really hard to stay connected from on top because of things like this. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This is not the game. Oh, black's letting white stay. If white wants, he can just do this. That's not what happens. White pokes through, pushes through. So let's analyze some of the ideas. Black wanted to invade over here. Maybe just to emphasize the strength of this, right? If I can cut between this and this, I can use this smallish wall perhaps to kill this group. It's an interesting idea. I don't know that I love the idea, but I guess he's trying to take advantage of maybe some of the shapelessness of this group. White just wants to stay connected, which is this is a fine idea. Maybe this would have been better, but the idea is all there. Black wants to disconnect it, is what this says to me. But then this looks inconsistent. So if black wants to disconnect, why not do it this way? Now if white doesn't play something down here, he can connect to his other group and maintain the separation here. If white goes ahead and plays something down here, now black has a very severe attack that he can launch against. Oh, maybe that is hard. I don't know. That he can launch against these guys. Or, you know, one of these two, just by maintaining this connection. You know, maybe white gives these up because it's only 6 points. That's not what happened. Not what happened at all. So, then we just have a fight breaking out. I'm not going to look too closely at this fight. White does manage to stay connected, miraculously enough. He doesn't exactly have eye shape, right? That's not eye shape, that's scary. Black gets connected. Let's see, we have more fighting, more fighting. Okay, I think white's got at least one eye for sure. Likely two. Okay, and now we're done fighting as of, I think, this move. So let's analyze ideas that come out of this. Things to look at are weak groups, weak group, weak group, 2 weak groups. This could be weak insofar as this cut is potential, like this is, whoa, super weak. This could be weak insofar as it only has one eye. I don't know, maybe something like this for, you know, poking out eye shape. It only has one eye. That's weak. So maybe even fighting over here isn't done yet. Strong groups include black corner, black over here. This is like medium, I guess. Black over here. Black over here insofar as it's out and can make 2 eyes real easy. This might also be medium. I don't know if white can just undercut that easy. Maybe black will get that move and have 2 eyes. So this move did nothing, actually. Don't make this move. This is, right, there are this diagonal connection. White chooses to play here, you can play here, or vice versa. Playing this move does actually nothing. Don't play that move. I don't know why black did that. What he could be looking at is falsifying an I, which doesn't I don't know. I honestly don't know. But black plays there. White gets to come out, right? He doesn't want to be sealed in, even at this stage of the game. Likely because there are weak things around the board, and it would be good to connect them to some of that strength. This move is very slow. If black's trying to get ahead of this group, don't do something like pushing from behind, right? Whoops. Do something like, you know, jumping out ahead. I don't know if that works, but this, or I mean, look at this wall. Look at the strength of this wall. This is not going to get disconnected. If that's what he's trying to do, which I think it is. There we see white getting to push out, getting to maintain his aheadness because black did not. Still here, black you can jump, black you can jump. Black has a lot of room for jumping out here because this is a substantial number of horizontal stones, so he can play a nice big vertical move without worry. That's not what he does. He continues pushing white from behind. This is generally a bad idea because if we continue doing this, white will stay ahead until he so pleases to do something like connect over here, like connect over here. Let's find out what happens. White, this connection isn't solid because it's a knight's move. Knight's move connections aren't solid. But then, you know, black gets to play ahead. Okay, there we go. So white connects over here. Now this black group is all sealed in. Not great. Right? It would have been so much nicer if black could have. Let's just go back to here. Play something like this. White does something like this. Black gets out somehow, right? Maybe this is going to be a fight for who's getting out, but looks all right to me in terms of this group dying and black never having to worry about the life and death situation over here. Because that's something that if you're double-digit Q, you're often bad at, is life and death situations. How great is it not to have to think about life and death situations at all? So now white connects to this would be, could be, should be dead group. If black were just analyzing its strength and weakness status all game long. Black goes to do a curious cut, which he cannot. Now black has to do some life and death over here, including, you know, this move, which I think is death if black can't harass and get through here. This move, well, both these moves. This move makes sense from white's perspective. I think there's this though, right? Whoops. This is just endgame. Black doesn't have to play here, right? Because if white gets something down here, it's just points. It's not severe. It's not killing things. So it's not exactly sente. Black treats it that way though. So this is white getting a nicer base in sente. White plays this big move, which again I really don't know about because there is something like this. Whoops. Can I? There is just giving up this stone, which is totally fine, and then he gets more things up here. But I think white can get more if he just plays like this, right? Do you guys see the difference between this and this? I don't know that, you know, having this stone up here is really going to turn much of this into points. This is more or less dame because of the number of black stones over here, black over here. I just don't see a great deal of these really loose connections turning into points. This is something hard for double-digit Qs, I think, is no turning dame into, I can't see that, into points. Because It just generally doesn't work. This is not going to become territory at any stage, I think. But Black's got a curiously similar idea. He's not doing this, right? He's just trying to get, maybe another line or two of points. And he's solidifying White. Wow, so maybe White does get to this, right? Because if Black does something like this, and then, get to poke in here, right? Even if White wants to do something like this, we got trouble a-brewing. Okay, maybe not that exactly. Whoa, that I went way far back. I don't even know where I was. But poking around. If Black just wants to poke on the edges, it becomes virtually no points. Instead he attaches, and now maybe it will become some white point. Wow. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so then just some fighting. Taking some stones off the board. Granted, Black got to take this. This is not really... This was pretty even. I don't think White got anything from here. And now White has this problem, because Black's choosing to come from underneath and take away some points at the bottom. So this got reduced quite a bit, right? Did everyone see that? These were not points. It would have been much more solid to just extend from the stone that had been kicked. Try to turn quite a bit of that into points, not let this under thing happen, not being forced to let that happen. Right, what else do we have going on? Black threatening this connection, right? This is sente, because this move is looking like a scary Black move. Maybe not, actually, now that I look at this, maybe not. Maybe it just looked that way to me. White plays over here, trying to usurp the base of Black. Black's getting connected. This is a fine idea. We're just playing over here for some points. Black does do that. That is exactly what happens, is what I thought was going to happen. Black might be dying up there. Black is dying up there, and that's about it. The rest of it is endgame. They're just gonna play a good deal of endgame. Wow, and whoa! What just happened? I think White might be killing the corner. Wow, whoa, that was unexpected. And the corner died. Whoa, okay, just gonna be flipping through these. Okay, yeah, nothing that eventful. This is dead, this is not Seki. Because this is bulky 5, right? This is dead. Black losing a lot of groups. I actually am curious as to who won. White won, even if we count both of these as Seki, which they're not. Overall, just those same themes. Mainly treating sente like it's sente. And not doing completely aimless invasions. Black did a lot of those, and as you see, they didn't really turn into that many points. This turned into a few points somehow because you got to take these stones. This turned into not that much. Yeah, White's such a baller hero. This gets killed. A lot of Black's invasions just weren't a good return on investment. Are there any questions about this game? Otherwise, we can